Buda, Texas. Holy hell, thank you. Thank you so much. This has been quite a delight. I don't know how to thank you enough. This is not normal for me to play a city for the first time and see this. And not only did you show up, and not only did you give me your undivided and lovely attention, but you allowed me to be me tonight, and you didn't yell at me to play what you wanted to hear. And that is also a rare thing. And did someone say hold on? You really gonna yell something after I just complimented the room for being generous? Oh, you're proud. Yeah, I'm proud of you too. No, it is a rare thing. It is a rare thing for a room to allow not just me, but any person behind a microphone just to do what they want to do, and the room itself just take the ride. Well, I'm going to close it out with this one, and again, thank you so much. I'll be hanging around, and I'm gonna step out back real quick, just a little solo break to have a cigarette, and then I would love to come inside and shake your hand. I did not bring merch because I really thought that I'd just be playing to the bartenders. Next time. But what a lovely space. Congratulations on this space and everything that you've done with it. It's beautiful, and what a great community. I have friends that live down here, and I do get to pop in from time to time to your sweet town, and I do cruise around. Sometimes you might catch me just stumbling in the dark somewhere. But it was nice to be here as a civil human being. But maybe we'll do this again, huh? I live just up the road in Austin, and I have a few years ago we lost a good friend of ours. His name is Mitchell Vandenberg, and he was on the road, and they got in an accident, and he did not survive, and it was incredibly sad, as you can imagine. But Mitchell was probably the closest person to an Ernest Hemingway that I will ever meet in my life. He was certifiably insane. And aside from him being a fantastic bass player, he was a hell of a songwriter. Wrote his own stuff and put out his own records. And when you would go watch him do his solo sets, before he would play, which wasn't often, but before he would play a show of his own, he would go hunt down on Craigslist or on the side of the road to try to find a washing machine that was free or $20, and he would spray paint it red, and he'd put it on stage, and then he would play his set, and for his encore, he'd come out with a baseball bat and beat the shit out of it. And the first time you saw it, it was hilarious, and then it just got dark, but Mitchell and I met at a mutual friend's housewarming party, and he came. The party had died down. I'm quite often the last person to leave, and everyone was gone. So I thought, and I was sitting by the fire out in the backyard, and I was just sipping on Jameson and ripping cigs, and then he comes out of the house and he said, are you Ramirez? And I said, yeah. I said, are you Mitchell? He said, yeah. And he said, I heard you know a lot of jokes. And I said, I heard the same thing about you. He's like, well, how much Jameson you got left in that bottle? I said, it's about half. He said, all right, you and me. This is our first handshake. I'd never met the fella before. He said, we'll go joke for joke, and whoever runs out has to chug the rest of that bottle. Homies, let me tell you, I was digging deep. And in joke time, I'm not gonna live in hyperbole at all. But we swapped for a good 10 minutes back and forth, and that was really difficult. And I started sweating, and I thought I told my best one, and he was like, "Ha ha," barely chuckled, and then he finished it off, and I had nothing to rebuttal. But he was really nice to me and did not make me chug the Jameson. Instead, we split it, and we just kind of rolled around in the grass like we were, 80-year-old pals that had known each other for 60 years. And I knew when he would call me, when his name would show up on my phone, he was not calling to check in, he was not calling to say hello, he was calling because he heard a brand new joke. And so I wouldn't even answer with a hello. I would answer, I said, "What'd you hear?" And he'd tell me the joke, and then he'd immediately hang up. And that was the last 2 years of our relationship, and he was just such a light, and it was a hard thing. I came to know him later in life, and a lot of the city knew him for a very, very long time. And so when he passed, the city was throwing benefit after benefit for his family, and I was fortunate enough to go up to Colorado and be at his service and meet his folks, and still every year at this place called Sagebrush in Austin, they do a benefit for Mitchell Vandenberg, or a tribute rather, and where everyone plays his songs, and it's just a sweet, sweet reminder that yes, we will lose people, and everyone in this room I know has lost people, and that will never change. But it is my firm belief that as long as we say their name, and as long as we still tell their jokes, and as long as we still tell their stories, that they are not going anywhere. And I believe that about you, and I believe that about me, and that's where this song came from. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You can bury me in the ground. You can spread my ashes. I don't care. 'Cause I'm not going anywhere. I just went up to meet with Ernie and Jack. We're gonna have a couple, 3 beers, have a couple, 3 laughs. When you shake hands with Grace, and pass through the pearly gates, well then, find you the nearest neon sign. Then mama, you'll see I was right, 'cause I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You can bury me in the ground. You can spread my ashes. I do not care. 'Cause I'm not going anywhere. That's right. You're gonna hear my voice loud and clear. You're gonna have all my words in your ear. And when you can't see my face, or feel my warm embrace, well then, find you the nearest radio. Then, mama, you will know that I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm not going anywhere. You can bury me in the ground. Yeah, you can spread my ashes. I do not care. 'Cause I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You can bury me in the ground. You can spread my ashes, I do not care. 'Cause I'm not going. We're not going anywhere. Buda, Texas, thank you so much. Thank you so much.